Hey, what's up?
Hi,
I'm Tiffany,
I'm Monica.
and this is Sister Chat.
Just chat.
So, a topic of discussion that has come up like every single day, because me and my sister, we talk on the phone every day, is California. California
It's just too damn expensive.
is ridiculous. It's stupid. It is so stupid. I mean, I was born and raised here,
I was raised here.
and we can't even afford it. You can't afford it.
It's expensive. It's ridiculous.
They want you to studios are going for like $1,000, $1,200 studio, no rooms at all, and it's $1,200. Most people don't even make $1,200. It's
Yes.
stupid. It's so stupid, and it's like, okay, well, you guys have high minimum wage, but no, like, no, what is minimum wage?
I have no idea.
Yeah, it's dumb. Like you can't even say minimum wage is like $10-$12. You can't survive off of that. There's no way that you're gonna be able to afford a studio. So I mean, gas prices are high, ridiculous. I think the cheapest I saw was like $3.20. That's the cheapest gas here that I've seen. Housing is ridiculous. We're dying. If you're planning on moving to California, just stay where you are.
Stay where you are.
Just stay there. We don't know if we should leave or if we should stay. I mean, really. Should we go to TJ? It's like, let me go live across the border
I have
and then
contemplated that,
commute
actually.
to work because it's cheaper to do that. It really is.
That's true. But
and
in
I've
TJ,
had-
you can't have weapons, so that's a problem.
And I've had coworkers who have done that. They've lived in TJ and they make like an hour and a half trip to work. Just stupid. I mean, it's not, I'm not saying they're stupid, but it's stupid that we have to do that. So, yeah, this is making me angry. This is making me an angry black woman.
And you know, with that, we have a serious homeless problem here.
Yes.
In, where we're at in Southern California. I mean, it's crazy the amount of people that are on the streets in regular communities. You know, it's everywhere with their tents. They're there to stay because it's too expensive to try to move in anywhere here.
Yeah.
It's a bad situation, and our leaders or whoever the hell is out there, I would say they need to get it together, but I think they're getting it together for themselves. I think they're trying to push people out.
I think they're trying to make California white, to be quite honest with you.
Out. I see you.
We see you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the homeless, they are everywhere. And it's like the town that we grew up in, like it was like a sleepy little town. Now it's like you can't go anywhere without homeless people being there. And you know, it's not like I have a thing against homeless people, but it's just like, why are there so many all of a sudden?
It's a sad thing to see. It's not about being against or for.
Yeah.
You know, of course, everybody has their different circumstances, whether it's drugs, mental illness, whatever your circumstance is. But I do know that a lot of that is low income, not being able to afford to live in these high priced places.
Yeah.
These apartments that want to raise your rent hundreds of dollars over a year span is crazy.
And they want you to make 2.5 times plus the rent. So if you're renting a place for, let's say, $1,400, because that's what, you know, 1 and 2 bedrooms are renting for now, you have to make 2 times that. No one makes that. Who makes that? You know? It's ridiculous. So it's like you have to pretty much, you have multiple families living in there, you know, or you have to have 2 people, obviously 2 people, you know, busting their butt to make that rent.
That's part of our gripe. Part of our issue is, you know, we're single mothers.
Yeah.
And for people with a single income household, a one person, one dominant person, that's difficult. Not saying, because you could have a single person household but still have 2 adults there.
Yeah.
But when you only have 1 adult and you have your children and you're trying to work to pay these high fees, high prices, I mean, how do you survive? How?
And don't even talk about like, well, you guys shouldn't be single mothers. You shouldn't be in the, back, because people will say that. Well, you should have thought about that. It's like, no, that's not the way.
That
it
wasn't
happened.
the life
It's
happens.
not the plan. Yeah,
Thank
exactly.
you.
Yeah, like I was going to rent a house, and it was 2 bedrooms. I was like, yay, I really would rather live in a house than live in an apartment. Because if your neighbor has roaches, they're crawling up to your. I don't do roaches. We don't do roaches. We did not grow up with roaches. And that's why I would rather live in a house than an apartment. But anyways, so I was going to rent this place. I made twice as much as they asked for. And the reason they did not rent to me was because I was the only person. I was single. And the guy's like, you don't have a boyfriend or a husband. And I'm thinking, like, he's like, just making sure there's not going to be extra people living in the house. And he's like, oh, no, he couldn't rent to me because it was just me. If something fell on me, like, if I fell on hard times and I wasn't able to pay the rent, then that was his gripe, like, it's just you. And I'm like, well, I have my savings. And he's like, well, what about a cosigner? So I'm like, okay, yeah, sure. My parents, they can cosign. I showed him my credit score. Like, one of my credit scores, all of my credit scores are in the 700s. Like, the highest one I have is 799. But it's like, still, with good credit, you can't get anything. You can't if you don't have that income.
If you don't have that privilege.
Yeah, exactly. And the town that we live in is like predominantly like Mexican and white. And a lot of the apartments, if you're going to go search for them, they just magically don't have vacancies if you don't speak Spanish, if you don't look the part, And it's stupid. And yeah, it's like they're pushing people out. It's just dumb. It's really, but you know what? I don't see a lot of black people on the street. You don't ever see Hispanic people on the street, like rarely. It's mostly white people, older white people. So it's like you're pushing people out, but you're like, look who you're pushing out, you guys,
Or maybe people are just relocating to different states,
What do you mean?
Instead of going to the street, they're relocating to different states.
Yeah, which is sad.
Some people choose the street, and some people are choosing just to leave the state.
Yeah.
And maybe that's why the difference in who we see on the street.
Yeah.
That could be a factor too.
Yeah.
But that's just our gripe. We don't want to keep it too long. Just our little thing.
Yeah. If you're thinking about coming to California, make sure you have
don't come. We don't need
cash.
any extra people right now, okay? Sorry, but we don't need any extra people. You can stay where you're at.
Go back to where you came from. Like, it's like,
we've heard that before.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And yeah, I was reading an article and they're saying that a lot of people, high income people, they're the ones who are actually moving out here. And so, yeah, of course, they're raising the rent. When they're making new apartments, they are high-end apartments. They're not making anything that anyone can afford, So that's our gripe. That was our sister chat for the week. California's just too expensive. We're tired.
We're salty.
Yes, super salty. Super salty. Mm-hmm.
All right. Like, share, subscribe. Comment.
Let us know if you have any questions, any topics that you think we should talk about. And we'll address them in our upcoming videos. All right, ciao.